cared too much about what other people thought of me, and then I kind of had a realization, right?
Where was that switch? Where did that confidence? Sorry, where did that confidence come from?
Dude, it came from taking shrooms, man. I'm not even joking. Like I actually got it from taking shrooms, and during that, and have you taken shrooms before?
No.
You've never taken shrooms before?
No.
I'm trying to be more open to God. So when I continue to say I'm atheist, I don't want it to be like,
Yeah. Welcome again to Voices of the City, Unfiltered. This is David Lynn, and I'm with a very special guest. We had an interaction about a couple months ago, and he's here with us live in the studio, and his name is NUNU. He's an online personality, high-energy person, creates viral moments through humor, quick wit, and he's actually a cool guy, man. I'm getting to know him, and we had like a very brief interaction, and it just kind of went viral, and I think this is going to be an amazing show. We're going to get to know each other. You're going to get to know me and him, so NUNU, thanks for coming to the Voices of the City, man.
Thank you, man. Honestly, I feel like I should have came sooner to explain.
It's all good, man.
But people on TikTok, they've been like, I've been getting a bunch of Christian followers, and it's just like suddenly my followers all have like the Christ symbol next to their names, and I'm like, oh man, like, no, not like
you weren't expecting that.
I didn't think it would be like that many, you know, but it's like it's actually a lot. And I didn't even know that it got posted on TikTok right away. And then I found it on my feed because it happened like a few months back.
Right.
And it wasn't like posted on TikTok until like months after. So I thought it was
I'm not
done.
good on TikTok, so it was live. So when I'm on the streets, everything I do is live. So
Everything's live.
everything's live. So
Yeah.
So someone must have clipped it and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. When I saw it on my feed, I was like, oh no, I thought it was just going to be gone. And then I found it. So here I am now, I guess. Sorry, guys.
So tell us about NUNU, man. Like, who's NUNU? Who are you? Like, tell us where you from and like, tell us about yourself.
I don't know. I'm just me, man. Like, I guess I grew up atheist, you know, like Chinese people.
Is that your background? Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you born in China?
No. I was
born
actually
here?
I was born in the States actually.
Oh, okay.
And then but like, you know, like a lot of there's actually like Christian Chinese people out there. Like my friend is.
Where in China is your family from?
So my parents are from Beijing.
Okay.
But like they're just atheists. So I was never raised into any sort of like religion. And like I've always been into like the sciences.
Right.
And so like I've never had like even like a little bit of faith, you know?
Right.
So
but a lot of Chinese Christians, man. Like all throughout Toronto, man. Like almost every Chinese person I meet is Christian now.
Really?
That's what I'm seeing. I mean, I don't know, maybe every Chinese person I meet nowadays, it wasn't always like that.
Yeah, because like I thought like, you know, like Chinese people were so into like school and getting like good grades in science and becoming a doctor. It's like hard to be super into like when you're really into like science, you're not really also into like Christ and religion because it's like it's kind of like one way or the other, you know. It's like, okay, like science is like data and like evidence.
Right. Well, that's what a lot of people think about Christ, but there's a lot of evidence towards Christ. I mean, faith, in fact, the scientific principles that we have about, you know, the senses, you know, that things have to be proven by such and such. That's a faith-based statement in itself.
Right.
Because how do you know?
Yeah, it's like you can never know. And it's kind of...
No, you can know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can know. I think you can know. I think the reality is that no matter how far you go away from faith, when you think about it, everything points to a creator. Everything points to some kind of beginning, and a higher power brings that life or energy into existence. I mean, there's nothing that you see that moves or exists that doesn't come from some kind of power. And if that's true, that power must have intelligence for intelligence to come about. At least that's my thought. That's how us faith people think. A lot of the discoveries of science were actually by faith-based people. If you look back in history, so I don't think they kind of go against each other. But
yeah, for me, it's like it's funny because I actually started like being more open to faith after, like when good things happen to me, I'm just like dang, like this is like someone's like looking out for me, they know that like I deserve this, or it's like, it's fair. And I can I'm starting to see why like so many of like the big influencers, like, Kai Cenat, like Phantom, like all of these guys, they're super into God. They're always talking about God first. And I'm just like, I used to be like you're just so full of it, like whatever, like you're just like saying that. But like now that like I'm in a better position, it's like, you know what? Like it is like possible, but I still don't have like hard proof. How do you know that good things that happen to you is not just from hard work? Right? Like you put in the hard work and good things happen to you. It's like, I guess you could say that God like is the one who's rewarding your hard work. But I don't know. It's just because like I have a feeling that like, when you're like young and your parents aren't really about like were your parents like religious?
My mom was, but my dad wasn't. So I kind of grew up in that kind of, but I had some influence.
So you had like an out. You didn't have to be in it.
No.
Yeah. So like neither of my parents were in it, and it's like I just don't think that it's like when you're young, that's when it's kind of like easy for you to be taught about it and get put into that kind of environment. But like I was never put in that environment. I was just kind of like hard atheist, like on like evolution and the sciences, even though I didn't do that good in school anyways. I just never had a reason to believe. It's like, and there were so many, I didn't like the limitations on being Christian, like I didn't like someone telling me that I couldn't do something or that like that just feels like it makes your life worse almost. It's like, okay, you can't drink, you can't sin, right? And like, it's one thing to like sin, like kill somebody, right? Like obviously like that's bad, but it's like, having like sex before marriage. It's like, I want to have sex before marriage. Like I'm not going to put myself like into that like difficulty for no reason. And that was kind of just like my direction in life and like what I was thinking about. So that it's funny because like, you know what? Were you reading the comments on like our TikToks?
I saw different comments, man. And
you see how like a lot of them were actually against you? Yeah. You saw that, right? They were like, "Oh, this is not how like a pastor."
Some of them.
You saw that, right? Yeah. And then others, and you know what? I think I have like a newfound appreciation for Christian people because a lot of them were like, "Oh, we forgive you," right? And I'm just like, "Thank you, man." Like, it's like some were like you, we hate you. Like we won't forgive you. But like most were like, "Oh, like like we forgive you. Don't like apologize to us. Apologize to God and Jesus, right?" So I don't know, like obviously your viewers are probably all like Christians, right? So
you know what, I have a wide variety of viewers, man, and people like yourself, a lot of atheists, a lot of Hindus, Muslims, everything, and I think and that's why I wanted you on the channel because I think you bring a unique perspective to this whole dynamic of faith, and and I guess that goes into my next question, like what, like if we were to just go back, actually. We have a video of it. Our producer has the video. I want to kind of, yeah, I was kind of like,
You got the whole video?
Yeah. I want to kind of go
damn.
back. I want to go back, and I want us to kind of look at it. So we're gonna get a live reaction.
Oh,
and you want to pause at any moment, man. Like,
yeah,
pause at any time, man.
Yeah.
So let's play that clip.
And all the scriptures prophesied about this one man. Even Jesus said in the Bible, he said all of the previous scriptures spoke about me. Spoke about me. What kind of man is this? That all of the scriptures would testify of him. What kind of man is this? Hallelujah.
All right.
nah.
Jesus is not real. Jesus is not real.
Okay.
If Jesus was real, I would have a girlfriend. Where is Jesus? Where is Jesus?
You don't have a girlfriend because you're ugly,
Pause
bro.
for a second. So
I'm even wearing the same jacket. That's not on purpose. That I didn't do that on purpose.
oh man, that's crazy, man. Okay, so you know what? Let's keep going. If you, I kind of want to know what was going on in your mind, but
Yeah.
But let's play a little more.
That's why, man. It ain't nothing to do with Jesus, bro.
This guy just called me
Talk.
ugly.
Yeah, I did call you ugly because you're trying to tell me that Jesus ain't real.
Step down there.
Man.
Step down. I'll step down. You want to step up to me
I
too?
don't see you,
Okay,
bro.
I don't see
I don't
you
see
either.
you.
I don't see you. Girls don't see you.
What?
Pause
You're
that
the one-
section?
Yeah, pause. Okay, let me just explain why why I mentioned the girl part, okay? Cuz
Well, let's even go back before that. Like, when you heard me preaching, what was going on in your mind? Like,
so what was going on?
we just trying to troll a street preacher, or
Low key,
and it's
yeah.
all cool. Yeah.
Low key, yeah.
Yeah, I figured you were trying to troll me, man. Like,
That's good. Cuz
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do at the time was I was just clip farming. You know what
Yeah.
clip farming is?
not exactly, but I think I know what you mean.
Okay, so it's kind of like what you do right now on social media, and how to go viral as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Is you just do outrageous stuff.
Right.
You just do the most insane stuff, and then it's and then it would be clipping it, right? It would become a clip.
Yeah.
And then so what people do is when you clip farm, you're basically just constantly doing outrageous stuff,
right.
as much as
That's
possible.
kind of yeah. Okay, I get
And
that.
one of them is gonna do good.
Right.
But what I didn't really, since I was never part of the Christian or religious atmosphere, I didn't know that that by saying Jesus was not real, that was disrespectful. I didn't know that was a big deal. I
Right.
thought that
You thought it was like Santa Claus.
well, yeah, but it's I just thought I didn't think it would upset people.
Right.
I think, and I was just trying to okay, so the girlfriend part is I used to do this thing where I would go onto this guy's stream named FitX Fearless. I've mentioned this guy on my stuff so many times now. But this guy, FitX Fearless, you can pull it up too. It's he just gives advice to guys who can't get girls.
That's FitX Fearless.
Yeah. FitX Fearless. He gives advice to guys.
That'll be
who
NUNU and FitX Fearless.
Sure. Yeah. He gives advice to guys who can't get any girls. And I went on his show because, I kind of struggle with getting girls a little bit. And I basically just said, I just started, I got onto his stream and got a segment. So he kind of just you hop on his live stream and he gives some advice to you. And what happened was, so that's me. Basically, we finished our segment, and then I wanted to do it again because my segment got 1 million views. And so I'm oh, okay, I'm gonna go on his live stream again. But turns out he only lets people go on one time.
So what was that all about with you and FitX Fearless?
Right. So
what made that go viral?
Right. So he only allows people to go on one time. So that's usually how it ends, right? Okay, someone goes on and then it's over. He moves on to the next person. But I wanted to get on again. And he wouldn't let me. He instantly bans you after you hop on one time. So I started getting my friends to go on pretending that they want to get advice. And then I would show up after. And I would just do that over and over and over again. And that's basically people just started
That is
like,
kind of funny though.
yeah, like people started like recognizing me, like he started recognizing me. I basically started becoming like a recurring character in his like thing. And it was like all my friends are from Canada, right? So it was like every time someone came from Canada, it was like, oh, here's Nunu. Nunu's coming. This is Nunu's friend.
And it was Nunu.
And it would actually be me most of the time. I'm surprised he didn't stop. I'm surprised he didn't just ban all Canadians.
Right.
You know? But basically I just kept doing that. And so my whole brand became like, oh, like women, talking to women. It became his brand.
Right.
And that's kind of how it went. So like going back to that night when I was with you, like obviously I just like added the girlfriend part.
Yeah.
But really I was just like trying to mess with you.
Yeah,
like,
no, it took another twist now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now faith came into it. Wow.
Yeah. And I didn't know, it was kind of like I wasn't really like.
Did you know who I was prior to that moment?
So I actually didn't. But it's funny because my editor messaged me after the viral video dropped, and he was like, dude, do you know who this guy is? And I'm like, no. And then he was like, this is David Lin. And I'm like, this guy has like a bunch of followers on Instagram, and then that's when I was like, oh, like and then he was like, this is why the video went so viral.
Right.
And I was just like, oh man. And then my editor was like, listen, you gotta like take a break. You gotta get off the platform. And I'm just like, okay, like I'll take a break. And then
I think you're actually a cool guy, man. I mean, when I first spoke with you on the phone and even just hanging with you, I mean, I think
that's what I'm saying. I also think I'm a cool guy.
Yeah, actually, when you approached me, man, you know, and you stood up, it's like, you know, I don't know that part where you came up to me and says, man, step up to me, man. I was like, this guy has swag, man.
Yeah,
this guy's confident. Okay, yeah. Where did you grow up, man?
I grew up in North York.
North York.
Yeah, just right here actually.
Like in a rough neighborhood or
No. So
Okay.
I actually grew up in like the good side of North York.
Okay.
So I grew up in the east side of North York.
Right.
So
East side. So that's what's that? Like Don Mills area or something or
Yeah. A little bit more central than that.
Okay.
But just generally like a lot of like Asian people grew up there. Not as many Asian people in like,
But that's pretty. You know, I have to give you credit for that. It's pretty bold to walk up to some random street preacher at Yonge and Dundas, the busiest intersection in Canada, and like, you know, say, hey man, like, yo, step up, man. Like, that's I give you props for that, man.
Yeah, I think I just don't take things too seriously. You know, I think a lot of people. They're so into what people think of them.
Right.
And I'm just like, I just stopped caring about what other people thought of me. I just wanted to do my own thing because I kind of looked at it, because I used to care a lot about what people thought of me, like too much, right? And it was like ruining my life.
Right.
Like I would be outside and then I would just kind of just try to be invisible and blend in. Maybe like, you know, doing what I did that night is going too far in the other direction.
Right.
But I kind of want to break these social boundaries, you know, of like things that people think you can't do in public, when really nothing is that deep, right? And so that's kind of like what I wanted to do is I just cared too much about what other people thought of me, and then I kind of had a realization, right?
Where was that switch? Where did that confidence? Sorry, where did that confidence come from?
Dude, it came from taking shrooms, man. I'm not even joking. Like I actually got it from taking shrooms, and during that, and have you taken shrooms before?
No.
You've never taken shrooms before?
No.
You know what they say about shrooms is like that's how people first started coming up with religion. Like I'm not trying to say like, oh, the people were high on shrooms, but like that's like a theory. I think Joe Rogan said that. But when you take shrooms, your brain, it like opens up. Like I don't know how to like trust me, like you need to take it to know. But like I don't want to like ruin. I don't know like how serious
no,
your brand is, but we
talk.
can take shrooms sometime if you want, man. But it's like when you take shrooms, like it's like you realize like all of these like rules that you have put into your brain, and they kind of like dissolves them, and you enter this like higher plane of thinking. And during that higher plane of thinking, I cured my social anxiety, man. I used to have like insane social anxiety, like next level stuff. Like I would I went to like therapists, and I started, taking the drugs and stuff that they prescribe to you for anxiety.
Right.
And
So your anxiety was pretty deep.
it was deep, man. Like it was like, and then when your anxiety is so deep and it affects your your life so severely, you also start getting depression because your life sucks when you have crazy anxiety. Right. And so I took shrooms, and I realized that like at the end of the day, everyone is a human being.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like no matter how famous you are, no matter how well you're doing in life, you still need friendship. You still need friendship. You still need relationships, and people feel sad, people feel happy. What makes people feel happy? This, probably similar to what makes you feel happy, right? What makes me feel happy, similar to what makes you feel happy. And when I realized that like that is something that everybody has, and I was able to solve it. I was able to cure my anxiety from taking shrooms, and it's kind of crazy, but I'm not saying like, oh, go take shrooms. Like, no. But I'm just saying that's what actually helped me out.
That kind of shifted things in your confidence direction. So back to the video. So you were kind of trolling in a bit, kind of doing that clip farming and stuff, and then go back to the other clip for a second. What happened after that when we stood face to face? Let's just play a little more of that video.
Without a girlfriend, I'm married, bro.
Girls don't see me.
You're the one who said you couldn't get a girlfriend. Did you not say that? You want to come up here and make a fool out of yourself? I'll make a fool out of you.
Okay. What do you
Because listen, you don't got a girlfriend. I'm married.
Oh, you're married.
You want to come here and talk about Jesus and disrespect my God while I'm preaching? I'm gonna disrespect you.
Well, you ain't
Listen,
disrespecting me, bro.
you need to get right with God and stop disrespecting God
that's hard
before
to
it'll be too late. You need to give your life to God. You know why? Because you're a hurting individual. You can get a girlfriend if you repent. You see, the reason why you got too much pride, you come here and try to interrupt a preacher, and you think you're gonna get a girlfriend like that? No girl respects that, bro. People aren't gonna respect you like that. If you have respect for your elders, you might get a girlfriend.
Nobody
I'm gonna go back
respects
to
you.
preaching.
Nobody
No,
respects
people
you
do
because
respect
you're
me.
like
That's why
5
people
feet.
are listening to
You're
me.
like 5 feet.
Yeah, I'm 5'7", and I'm going to heaven.
You're not 5 foot
I'm
seven.
5'7", and I'm going to heaven. You're 5'9",
5'10".
and where are you going? Where are you
actually
going? You need a
5'8".
girlfriend, bro. Get your life right with God, and you might get a girlfriend. You see, the reason why I preach what I preach.
Pause it, man. So, what was going on in your mind at that point?
Oh man,
That was a deep interact. By the way, it might have looked like when I preach, I get serious, but I wasn't angry at you.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't angry. I do this. I've been doing this for like 30 years, man. Like I'm older than you think I am, man. And
So
I want to say for the record, I don't think you're ugly, man.
oh, thank you, man.
I
man.
don't. I think you're pretty cool. I love your confidence. I love when people do come up and talk, believe it or not. And I think that what you exhibited to me was a good quality that you have.
Yeah, like that I thank you. It's that's kind of like part of like the, it's like I think most people would see a preacher and they're like, oh, like I'm not gonna disturb him. But in my mind, it's like this is just a guy, like wouldn't it be so interesting if I just came up? And I saw like all the cameras surrounding you, and I'm like, I'm just gonna mess with this guy and see where it goes. And
Did you like where it went, or?
It honestly, I thought we were about to like throw down. I'm serious. Like I thought
this is going down, man.
Like I thought we were about to actually fight, and I didn't want to do that. So I guess in that way, I like it how it went, and I like the way how you like disrespected me back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I think that was like a great moment. I think that's why I think that's why the clip went so well because
Yeah.
of how you reacted to it. You did a good job, and it's just like I don't know. I just used to do I used to do anything to like get views.
Yeah.
Like I used to be like okay, if I mess with this guy, this is guaranteed to go viral. And then I guess I was right,
Yeah.
but it kind of didn't really happen the way that I super wanted it to happen. And I didn't think it would actually
Yeah.
I didn't think people would be hurt from it. Cause to me it's like, oh, this is just some random guy who doesn't believe in religion.
Right.
I didn't
So
think
what's the
that it
big
would bother
deal?
people.
Right. Yeah, I think I think it was that, and I get this all the time, so it didn't bother me as per se, but I think it was that I guess you kind of interrupted the preaching and then coming with like the Jesus ain't real kind of thing, and
Yeah.
I think that could have made some people feel like disrespected or something, and that's why I mentioned that. I mean, it was kind of like you were kind of going back and forth. So I just worked with that with you, but I'm glad you spoke your mind though, because a lot of people don't speak their mind. So back to the Jesus part, man. And I know you were trolling, so, and you did share that you're kind of atheist or borderline agnostic, but what do you think about Jesus? Like, what are your, I mean, and I don't care what you say. I mean, you don't have to believe in him or anything, but like, what are, and don't worry about the reaction people have. If you think it's fake, I don't, say what you gotta say. Like, what do you think about Jesus?
So I'm gonna be
straight.
100%
Be 100.
straight.
Be 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when you grow up atheist, it's hard to believe in Jesus. You know, like your parents didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
And you go to school. The school system here doesn't teach religion. There is no religion in high school. So what they do teach is like the theory of evolution. And so when your parents are atheists and in school they don't, the schools are basically also atheists, right? So unless you go to like a special religious school, the school that I went to was a public school.
Right.
Basically it's atheism, an atheist school. So I basically had atheist parents, atheist school. I genuinely had zero belief for Jesus. Or any religion for that fact.
So how did you live your life? Like how does an atheist go about their life?
Pretty just like someone with religion, basically. They just maybe they're less like hard on themselves when they sin. Probably.
Like, do you have a moral compass? Like, do you think that murder is wrong or something like that?
Yeah. I think I do have a moral compass, and that's kind of like something that scares me with like people who have religion and have like their moral compass on faith, is like, what if one day like the religion is gone? Does that mean your moral compass is gone? You know, like, am I just gonna get like murdered now with like, but I don't think that's how it goes. But I do have like, I don't, it's very similar to yours, probably.
So where are you getting, like, why do you even believe anything is wrong? I mean, considering there's no God, what does it matter?
You just know that it's wrong, Like, if you have any kind of empathy for other people, then, I value my life. I don't want to take away your life. So that's like, like that is easy. And then, I think that's like the biggest one, right? Killing someone else.
Right.
I don't know if I can think of anything else on the top of my head for that.
Stealing.
Okay, stealing, right? Like, so for stealing, it's like this person worked for their stuff, right? I'm ruining this person's life by stealing. You shouldn't steal, right? It's
sleeping around before marriage.
sleeping around before marriage. So
that's a tricky one, eh?
that is a tricky one, man. Because what is like so wrong about that?
I
Like,
don't know. I mean, why do you okay, Chinese culture. I don't know too much about it, maybe obviously not on your level, but what would be their perspective on sex before marriage?
it's
Would it
not a
be-
problem.
It's not a problem.
No.
In Chinese culture.
Well, okay, so I'm not that deep into Chinese culture, but
Like, is marriage a thing in Chinese culture?
oh yeah. Chinese people are actually very loyal
Okay.
in their marriages. Like probably one of the lowest divorce rates
Right.
in China. I mean, I might be speaking out of my ass.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's like especially in like, my parents' generation, it's like you don't really divorce
Right.
that much. If you divorce, that's kind of like a more modern thing
Right.
that you do for yourself.
Right.
But like, they value like staying together a lot.
Okay.
I have a Chinese friend, his parents, I'm not gonna get into it, but it's like it's definitely not, like super bad if you
Right.
divorce. But generally that's just kind of like what China.
So is there is there a stigma in the Chinese culture as to, okay, I get a girlfriend, I want to sleep with her, would parents get like livid?
No, I don't think so.
They'll be like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's a problem. But they do.
But what about the commitment aspect though? Like, I mean, because now you got like, because we were going back to that moral compass, right? Like you have that, okay, I get a girlfriend, what if we just break up? Or like, I sleep with her, I use her for whatever I got, and then we would just move on. Hey man, it was just a great bang,
I might be like the wrong person to ask about this because I don't have a girlfriend. But it's like, for me,
But if you repent, you could get one.
yeah.
Nah.
And
You
then I
gotta
wouldn't be able to have
come to
sex with
Jesus,
her.
man. No, you gotta. No, you know what? A lot of people have the wrong idea about Christians and sex, man. We
Yeah.
have no problem with sex. In fact, we have great sex. It's just that the reason why we focus on marriage is because we think that commitment is a part of having good sex. I mean, when you have that feeling that you can trust a person, that person will be loyal to you, or that person will take care of you, then the sex is more meaningful. If it's just a cheap thrill, like, okay, you're just a prostitute, okay, you look pretty, I'm just gonna bang you today and like leave you high and dry. You know, like it feels great for the guy, maybe for the girl, but
Hopefully.
is there? Yeah. And I mean, I guess if you want to live like that, but I think the people that I've seen living like that for long periods of time, they end up regretting it, and they end up wanting to settle down and commit, right?
So I kind of have like a really far opposite idea on marriage. And so I actually don't believe in marriage at all. And
okay.
I think it actually has a lot to do with the fact that I am atheist, is that I don't believe in the afterlife. So I believe that like this is the one life that you get, and these are the
Just live
experiences that you live, and once you're dead, it's just back to what it was like before you were born.
Right.
And with that, I feel like there's no room for any unsatisfaction, any discomfort. And so I don't believe in marriage because I don't believe that. I mean, I do. Okay. So
what about marriage? Skip marriage. What about a girlfriend boyfriend, like a commitment?
yeah. So if a girl likes a guy and they like each other, they can stay together. But once they stop liking each
So
other,
isn't that like marriage though?
yeah, it is. It is just like marriage.
So what's the difference?
The difference is that when you marry, it just makes it harder to break up, basically. It's
But
just,
wouldn't you want that?
see, that's the thing. Is like, why would you want to stay with someone who you don't love anymore and make it harder for both of you to move on? That's my thing. If a girl wants to leave, then I think she should leave without having to sign a bunch of papers and go to court and stuff. And I understand.
But what if she leaves you high and dry, man? I mean, like, okay, she leaves, but she leaves you with 2-3 kids, and like now you got to take care of it, or the guy just leaves this girl, gets her trapped in a lease. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. And now you're stuck with all the bills, man.
Well, I feel like the girls usually take the kids with them.
It's true.
So I don't really have that. But like, you know, if I have kids and they, you know, and the girl is like, okay, I don't want these kids anymore. Like, you take them. Like, I guess I have to take them. Like, it's better than living in this like weird fantasy household that no one likes each other.
Okay, but wouldn't that suck to be left with like all the bills, and this girl can just like walk up anytime? There's no accountability. Like, okay. I'm a traditional guy, so I believe a guy should take care of the bills.
Me too.
That's how I am. So I'm not expecting a girl to pay my bills.
Yeah.
But so I could clearly see if I just walked up and said, you know, we're in a relationship, no commitment, and I left her with my 3 kids, that might be hard on her. Do you think I should be able to? Should I be forced to pay child support?
Child support, yes. Like you should pay like some child support, not for the girl, but for your own kid.
But that's like a kind of like a binding legal agreement kind of thing. Like why am I bound to my kids, and I'm not bound to the woman?
Well, I think that's kind of down to your own like morals, right? So like
no, but why do I have to be bound to the kids, and I don't have like okay with your thought, right?
Yeah.
You said you don't believe in marriage, but you kind of do believe in a committed relationship, and people should be able to like just walk out at any time, right? Which I understand. I mean, yeah, it's a lot easier, right? But life, you got bills, you got kids, you got hearts that committed to you, that something meant something. You got memories. Like, shouldn't that have some kind of cherished thing around that? Like, it shouldn't be so easy just to break. I mean, because now if everybody just treated people like scum, like trash, like when I don't like it, just throw it out, like fast food burgers or something, whatever, you know, this world would be a messed up place, man. Like, there'd be no love, no forgiveness, no. I mean, if everybody thought like that, man, I mean, imagine, like, why don't I just take a gun and just shoot somebody and walk into their house and say, hey, you know what? Like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if you thought of it like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, so for me, it's like I'm trying to be more open to God. So when I continue to say I'm atheist, I don't want it to be like,
yeah.
But for me, I've lived most of my life atheist, and I've never had a desire to kill anybody. I don't want to kill anybody unless they do something like extremely awful to me, right? But that's kind of the thing. It's like I never had to think about that because I don't really want to do anything that bad. If I don't need religion to not be an asshole.
You know what I think religion really is? I think religion is just that unwritten rule that we all have deep inside of our nature on paper. That's what I really think it is. It's in you. The fact that you have this moral compass inside of you that you don't know where it's coming from, and you believe it to be true, that means that there's some kind of standard out there that this is how life works, and this is what makes life purposeful, meaningful. This is reality. And reality, in order for it to be positive, you need to be a good person. You know, and a good person doesn't harm people. And the reason why we have commitment is because we don't want to harm people.
So I have a question for you, right?
Yeah.
Let's say do you think it's possible that you can raise a family with a woman and not be married to the woman? I feel like it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, obviously you can. I mean, I'm married and I have kids, right? And sometimes I go on mission trips for like 3 months. That's a long time to be away from your family, right?
Yeah.
Kids miss me. Sometimes the wife needs emotional, mental, spiritual support. I mean, it sucks to do life alone. I mean, we're meant to be in relationships. That's why everybody either wants a girlfriend, or it's like we're meant to have some kind of connection with somebody, right? So yeah, I could raise a child. I mean, she could raise a child alone, but it's harder. And something's missing from the child's life when both parents aren't there. Because for that child to be there, they needed both parents. They're you know, so you know, every child needs both a mother and a father somewhere along the line.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to like children, you are like, you have to be there for your kids, but because, you know, they're your kids. But your wife is her own person, so she doesn't have to stay with you. If she chooses not to support your kids anymore, that's kind of insane, but that's her problem.
Right.
You know, that's like, it's not something that you have to think about and be forced to. And it's like, you know, if the wife is unhappy, like, why would you want to stay with your wife and have that idea that she doesn't really love you? You know,
That
like,
sucks.
wouldn't it be so much worse if you are forced to stay together and then she just like sleeps with another guy? Like, to me, that is like a nightmare, right? Like, your wife like cheating on you. Like, I'd rather her just leave the moment she wants to, and then I don't have to deal with that, and then I can move on as soon as possible, rather than, oh, like, let's just like give it 2 more years and do marriage counseling and figure it out.
You make a good point, and I think there are some extreme cases where someone that just really doesn't want you, and will just like devastate everything, and you know, you might have to step away from something like that. I get you, but what about those moments you just have these brief arguments and you don't get along? Like, do we just because we don't feel good for the moment, we always just break up at every moment? I mean, imagine a child acting up one day and then, oh, you acted up, you're not my kid anymore. Yeah, so I think
But a kid is like your genes, you know, so it's different. But like the wife has like, there's nothing. It's like you
okay,
have,
but okay, you and the girl, like, you guys had so much memories together, and it's like, okay, you have one little disagreement, all right, like, okay, we're not getting along right now. Doesn't mean I'm gonna break up with you just because we don't get along. Just go find some next dude, some next guy.
But I
girl.
think if they want to, then they should be able to. I feel like
But
that
what would that say about the girl, man? That'd say like she's a hoe.
She's, I mean, it's like, if she's gonna be a hoe, then you should break up with her sooner. Like, it's like, you don't want to stay with her. It's like, you should remove.
Yeah,
she
but
needs to
the
leave.
fact that I would even use that word, a hoe.
Yeah, some girls are hoes. Like,
Yeah, no, some girls are hoes, right? But the fact that I would say that, and the reverse, I mean, some guys are just dogs, but the fact that I would say some girls are hoes, would you say that's a positive thing or a negative thing? Because you said, why would I want to be with a hoe, right?
I mean, it's like okay to be a hoe, like, sometimes. Like, it's like if she wants to be a hoe, and that's what makes her, and that's like, she decides that that's what makes her life good, and she wants to live her life that way, as long as it's not rooted in some sort of like bad parenting, and she wants to be a hoe, then she can go be a hoe. It's like,
but would you want to be with a hoe?
I don't care, actually, as long as she doesn't continue to be a hoe after I'm
No,
like,
but that's the point.
Yeah.
You want to be with her, but you don't want her to be with everybody else. Like, you want your girl to be with every random guy on the block, and like, don't you want?
Okay, so that's insane, right? Like, there's like, okay, if a girl is like on every guy, like just like that, that's usually like a problem with like the way that girl was raised, right? I think.
So you want to be with a girl like that?
No.
But why? The question is, why wouldn't you want to be with a girl like that?
Like, I would date a porn star as long as she stopped doing porn after I dated her, kind of thing.
But why do you want it to be specifically to you?
No, it's not specific to me.
No, I mean, she was a porn star, but why do you want to stop? Want her to stop her porn for you?
Oh, because that would be like cheating, right?
So why does that? Who cares?
I don't know. Like, a girl sleeping with other dudes while like I'm like putting like the effort in. You know, it's like I'm like the one who's like giving them emotional support, right. And then this Jason over here just gets to like get a quick bang and have a great time and then leave. That doesn't sit right with me.
So you're reinforcing the idea of why us Christians believe in marriage, because marriage says, you know what, there has to be some some boundaries between me and you, some commitment, some seriousness to this relationship, and it can't just be just water thin.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it's kind of just like, what's the difference in a written contract versus just like agreement?
I don't think there's that much, I mean, to be honest, but I think when people do go to the courts and they put something in writing.
And divorcing is hard as a guy, man. They
is.
take your stuff, you know?
50%.
They take 50.
Sometimes alimony, sometimes child support. It could put you in the dirt.
Yeah, man. So, you know, like as a guy, you should be extra cautious of marriage. Like marriage has always been more of like a girl wants to get married. I don't know. Like, do you think marriage is like an insecurity thing for guys? Like, oh, I don't want her to leave. Like, I'm going to lock her in. That's what it seemed like to me, kind of feels like. I'm probably wrong on that, but
It could be for some.
a little bit, right?
It could be for some. I mean,
Like, if I marry her, the chances of her leaving is going to be harder for her to leave. So it's like,
but people do it. I mean, divorce is pretty easy to get nowadays. I mean, I forgot the name of it. It's called no-fault divorce. And as long as you separate for a year, you can just file for divorce within 2 months, 3 months, you're divorced.
and then they take like your stuff and they take like half your house or something. Like,
But
how
you-
does
but-
that
but
They
you do-
usually take the whole house. Like,
Usually, yeah, you're right.
you know, like you're living in a hotel somewhere, and then they keep the house, live with the kids. You're just gonna be like gone.
But you know, the interesting thing about that whole dynamic is that if you live with someone for more than 2 years in Canada, or I think it's 2 or 3 years, you're common law married anyway.
Oh, is that actually how it works?
Yeah, and she can still take 50% of your stuff.
Wait, that is insane if that's true.
It's true.
You just live with them for 2 years and then you're common law?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, be careful, guys. That's messed up.
So either you're either you're fighting for a situation where it's just like, okay, under year relationships, just like I'll date you for a year, I'm out. Once you start going into the 2 year, 3 year, you're basically married anyway. So wouldn't you want some kind of, at least, hey, if we're gonna do this, you know what? Let's make a rule, like here, like, you know, let's respect each other because we might be in this for the long run. And besides, I mean, if you really like somebody, I mean, you should probably do your homework first, right? You know, check their family, check their personal history, see if you guys even get along and so forth like that.
Yeah, maybe I'm just desperate, man. But I don't really need a girl to be that put together. Like,
Right.
as long as I like her and she likes me, like, it's kind of like not a big deal, I guess, because I'm also kind of traditional. Like, I'm the one who's like gonna be providing anyways. Like, I'm trying to pay the bills. So it's like the girl doesn't even need a job or anything like that. So it's like really not a big issue. As long as she's like not going around
Right.
the block.
Let's get back to the video. So that interaction that we had, you know, you were clip farming. We had that interaction. What would you say to the people that saw the video? If you had something to say to them, what would you say now? Like, months have passed. What would you say? Because I did see actually you made an apology video.
I did.
Yeah, I didn't even know. When I actually reached out to you, I didn't know you had that apology video.
Yeah, it's
Like, what was that about? Why did you make that apology video?
so like I saw the I made the apology video because people were hurt, right? People were like oh, like they were doing like the heartbroken emojis and stuff. And I'm just like, oh man, like I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to do that. So that's kind of just why I made the apology video.
Right.
There was actually 2 instances of this video that went up. So I saw the video the first time it got posted and it got like a few 100,000 views. That's when I made the apology video. My apology video actually got more views than that initial video. And then someone re-uploaded it and edited it differently, and that one got 3 million views.
Wow.
So by then my apology was already out, but that's kind of like, it's like I kept on getting new followers from these Christians, and it's just like, dang, like these guys are still seeing it. And then I realized why. It's because it got posted again. So I made the apology video because I genuinely wasn't trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I was just trying to get views, I guess. But if I were to say to the people who saw that, I would say like that's not me anymore. I'm not just saying this for the camera when I'm saying I'm being more open to religion. Like genuinely the things that have happened in my life, I'm starting to question them, and I'm starting to think about like, is someone looking after me? Because there are times when I'm like, dang, like someone's looking after me. Like this happened. Like, wow. Like someone is like, someone is like there to like, like reward me for the stuff I've been doing. So I think that's kind of when my belief started increasing. But again, it's hard to go from atheist to full on religion. It might be almost impossible. Just like the way, you grow up and how your brain develops around things and how your like moral compass is shaped when you're young, right? But again, there's no proof that Jesus and God doesn't exist. So I'm not gonna just discredit it completely.
Right. So you're open to it. There's a book I want to recommend. I'm sure it's an audio version as well. It's called The Case for Christ by a guy named Lee Strobel. He was a full-blown atheist for years, and his wife became a Christian, and he was just literally trying to debunk it, and prove it false. And he ended up, when he did his research, becoming a believer in God. I kind of almost questioned the belief in God when I was younger because I never seen God. I didn't, know how it connected with my life. I didn't see the value. And for me, I guess there was something inside of me that knew that there was a higher power. I knew that there was something there, just like you're experiencing in some degree, that something's watching over me. There's something there. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what to call it. And when I listened to that voice, it started to make sense. It made sense that I came from somewhere. It made sense that there is a standard of morality that I didn't make up, that my parents didn't make up. There's something intrinsic in our nature. We were made this way. And it made sense. Even science says energy cannot be created or destroyed, but only transferred from one existence to another. So the energy and the life force inside of us is going to live on. And so with all of that, and even just looking around us, everything has a consequence.
You don't think you just get decomposed into the
yeah, definitely, physically, yeah, but even our physical decomposition, that energy goes into the ground. The spiritual energy that we have somehow lives. How I don't know. I call that a spirit. But everything around you shows there's consequences for our actions. When we do wrong, there is some negative feelings. There's some consequences around you. It comes back to haunt you. They say what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
And this is a principle, a law in life. And laws come from a lawgiver.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to start any drama or anything.
Start it, man.
But what would you say against the argument of there being multiple gods, different gods, and different religions? So there's Islam, you know what I mean.
Very simple. One's gonna outdo the other.
So only one exists.
It's a UFC battle, bro.
There's only one.
They're gonna go into the ring, and someone's gonna win.
So
which means that there's one true living God. There's one that's better than the others.
So when you meet a devoted Muslim, do you just think of them as oh man, you're so out of it, you don't you're believing in the wrong one?
Not exactly.
Yours doesn't exist.
No, I think their God does exist. I just don't believe he's God.
Okay.
I believe he's a spiritual demon.
Okay.
And I know that might sound wrong.
A demon.
A demon.
Because of Al-Qaeda? Oh man, I don't want to start another.
No.
I don't want to start another.
Not because of Al-Qaeda, maybe because of Hamas.
I'm about to go in another podcast and explain myself again.
No, listen. The reason why I say that so straightforward, and I know that might offend somebody, is because they would say the same thing about me calling Jesus God.
Okay.
And they would say that that's false, that's wrong, that's immoral. But the reality is that when you look at both of the God's moral compass, when you look at the foundation of their beliefs, one has to be true, one has to be false. And Islam is rooted off of Christianity and Judaism. And Christianity and Judaism have a different perspective of God. And the one that appears more moral and more holy and more righteous when you look at the two texts happen to be the God of the Bible. And that's why I think that anything that presents itself to be God that contradicts the highest idea of God cannot be God. It has to be a counterfeit. So I think that any other religion out there that's presenting gods out there that don't line up and match up with the holiest standard that we know about God, it cannot be God.
So what about the people who believe in God but do like insanely like heinous things?
I think they're crazy.
They're crazy. They say
they're not following God though.
They don't like you know who YNW Melly is?
No.
He's like a rapper who killed 2 of his friends.
Wow.
Dude is like super religious, man. Raps about God every in all his songs, you know? Like thank you.
Well, I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure the Bible doesn't tell him to kill his 2 friends.
Probably.
Yeah. So something happened in his mind, man.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the psychedelics.
I mean, maybe he didn't kill them either. So it's alleged right now. He's still in court and stuff.
It's true.
But
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, like Lee Strobel found his faith in God, and the reason why I believe Jesus Christ is the way is because there is no person in history and that lived, that is attested to from extra biblical sources, that lived an exemplary life by all standards, by all sources, and said the things that he said and lived it out, prophesied the things that he prophesied. They came to pass, and his lifestyle and his teachings are examples to everybody today that when you follow them, it actually makes the world a better place. But on top of it, if what he said was true and who he said he is true, that means there is a God in heaven that loves us enough to show himself, and he did. And if God is real, he will show himself. You said in the video, if Jesus is real, he would show himself. Now, all of a sudden, now Christians are like getting to know you and stuff. I believe God's calling you. He's knocking on the door of your heart. And maybe what's happening is you will find a girlfriend. And she might just happen to be Christian.
Ooh. That would be...
Would that be good?
That would be... I don't know. It wouldn't be bad.
So what if she was really beautiful?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you mean?
No, but I don't think it's a coincidence that we bumped into each other.
Yeah.
I actually think you're really cool. The reason why, I preach Jesus on the streets is because the message is that without a savior, without help, we'll find ourselves destitute and falling short of where we want to go. I mean, when you think of that concept, you need a teacher in order to know what you know today.
Yeah.
You need a family in order to be fed when you're a child. And even as you get older, we're all dependent on each other. We need help. Mm-hmm. And I've recognized that I have brokenness inside myself. I have issues inside myself. And I'm not ashamed to say, hey, you know what? I need help. When you have a disease in your body, you go to the doctor. When you have a problem with your car, you said, you had problems, with the car or whatever at one point, right?
Yeah.
You probably need to get a lawyer. You probably need to get, something like that, right? We all need help. And if God is real and he really is holy and we're sinners and we fall short of that glory, we need forgiveness.
Yeah.
We need God's help. And Jesus Christ came, died on the cross for us, came to reach out to broken people like you and I. And that showed me that there is a love that exists, that despite what I've done, where I've gone, who I am, someone cares about my life. I have hope. And that message is the heartbeat of all of humanity. Everybody has that hope inside. Does someone love me? Is there hope for me? Can I be saved? Jesus Christ answered that. And that's why the Bible says he is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to God except by me. That's why I'm a Christian.
Yeah. I'd love to go to church with you sometime, man. I think that would be really interesting because I've never been to church before.
Yeah, man.
So
I would love.
Who else but Pastor David Lynn to go to the church with for the first time?
Yeah. So I don't know. What's the best life advice you've ever received?
Oof. The best life advice I've ever received. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I've received that good of life advice.
Maybe today.
Maybe today.
Trust in Jesus.
Yeah. Maybe.
What's one thing people don't know about NUNU?
That I'm actually super duper cool and I drive really fast. Wait, am I allowed to say that? Okay, this is like,
hey, this is off record.
This is for entertainment purposes.
Exactly, that's it.
Judge, I'm not,
Yeah.
I have a nice car.
I mean, fast is. Fast to one person is not fast to another, right?
Oh yeah. Right. Just within the speed limit.
Within the
fast,
speed limit,
yeah.
What's after today's conversation? What's one thing that made you think differently, if anything?
I think like when you talked about marriage and you mentioned like that like marriage is actually just like a written agreement based off the morals that I've already had. I think that made me like think more differently about marriage because I'm like I used to be seriously against marriage. I still kind of am, but I'm definitely like more open to it. So, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, that's NUNU from online, and this was a great conversation, man. I really appreciate you, NUNU, for coming online and
thank you for letting me on, man. Like I would have, like, honestly, if I didn't get to explain myself, it would be difficult moving forward. But I think like you gave me a chance to explain myself.
Yes.
Like the comments are crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like so.
That's okay, and
do you get a lot of hate comments?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
What do they say?
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. I mean, when you have these street interactions, like with the one with me and NUNU, we're both in our element. He was in his element, I was in my element, and my goal is to bring people to God and to preach Christianity. He had a purpose for what he did, but I'm cool with NUNU. He's a cool guy, and I don't think he's ugly. I think that, that.
What would you rate me out of 10?
If I was gay, maybe I would have a better thing like that, but what am I supposed to say
Hey
there?
man, I know you know the answer in your head. You just say it, man.
No, you can get girls, bro. You can get girls. I know you can, but I think, with that particular interaction, it was more of, that compass that you use to kind of challenge a street preacher that wasn't so attractive morally.
Probably not.
But you were trolling. You had your reason for doing that. But outside of that, bro, I love your confidence. I think you're a cool guy, and I think that by trusting in Christ, everything's just gonna flourish even better than it probably already is in your life. So. Yeah, I wish you the best, bro. We should go to church. We should hang out. We should go to church, and I think it'll be great, man.
I should probably like try it out.
Try it out.
Never
man.
tried it before.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. All right, that's NUNU. Thank you for joining us on Voices of the City Unfiltered. And maybe we got to get NUNU back. I have a feeling that he has a lot of interesting points of view, and this conversation was amazing. I didn't even know where it was gonna go, but me and NUNU are cool, and
you think I got canceled today, or
canceled?
No.
Why would you get canceled?
Good.
No, you didn't get canceled, man. You're cool. We're cool. We cool?
Yeah, we're cool.